All right, last journal or week 9 journal. Um, so since I'm done with clinicals, I wanted to talk about something that I learned. I worked the adolescent floor, and we deal a lot with DCS children or children that are a custody of the state. And um, getting consents for medications has always been something that's difficult, especially with kids that um, are custody of the state, and it's after hours and it's the weekend. Um, so there's a new policy that they're trying to um, adhere to where the consents have to come from the provider, which is never going to happen, but okay. Um, and so there's a lot of delay in care, especially when you have admissions on Fridays and the provider is not there to see them on a Saturday, or DCS isn't there to answer the phone on a weekend, and we can't start an antidepressant or a psychotropic medication until 3-4 days later. Um, and so it is the law. There's no way around it. Um, it's easier when there's parents available to get a hold of them, but I was able to talk to our provider about our new policy, and they seem to think that it's definitely something that's um, not not going to work because of the way our system is set up at this hospital. But I think that it is the best patient care that we can give. The provider that's prescribing is speaking to the guardian regarding the medications, side effects, adverse effects. Like, that should come from the provider. They're the ones prescribing it. So, as a future provider, I think that this is fantastic. I think that this should come from me. I'm the one creating the treatment plan. I'm the one who's prescribing it. In any medical facility, or you go see your PCP, you're going to be spoken to about, the medication and the side effects and why. And why would it be any different in a psychiatric facility? So I've been at this facility for a long time. I was there 10 years ago. This is just kind of how it is. Um, the other thing, so I learned that it's very important for the provider to have communication with the patient or the guardian, because we're giving that care. We should be the ones to get consents. The other thing is that I find baffling um, is the fact that our facility, I know I haven't worked in another inpatient facility, but we don't allow visitations. As a mom, to drop off my child who has suicidal ideation or is severely depressed or substance abuse, and I can't see where they're sleeping or where they're eating, that's just, it's so difficult for me to understand that. Um, and I sat there last night and I just thought, like, why? We're in 2023, and if you go to a medical hospital, the family member can walk all the way in, visit the patient, and leave. And we don't. I mean, it's kind of like a mini prison to me. It's like, your kids are there 7 to 10 days. You don't see them. You get to talk to them on the phone certain hours, and that's it. And it's like, I don't know. I just feel like there's just a big gap in care in our mental health facility. I know the other local mental health facility is the same way, especially with COVID. But we don't even have tablets. We don't have, like, you have no way of seeing your child. It's just mind blowing to me. As a mom, That just would not, I just could not um, leave my child like that. The other thing that I learned, I was working admissions one night, and we have this thing where the child, endorses suicidal ideation, the doctor deems that it's necessary, they meet criteria to be in a level 1, and the parent is like, no, you know what, I have a safety plan, I'm just going to take my child home. We have to call DCS. Like, we have to tell the parent, okay, we're going to call DCS to do a welfare check because you're refusing to leave your child. Well, we don't do that in a medical facility. Like, it's kind of like either you leave your child here or you're going to be in trouble with the state. It's just so mind blowing to me. But just seeing things on the provider side is a lot different. Um, I hope our mental health community gets stronger here in Tucson. It's just like, I feel like it's a little prison. You get punished for having a mental health problem as a child anywhere. As a parent, you look for help, you can't take your kid home because DCS is being called on you, and if you work with children, you can't work with them until that investigation is done because it's a potential abuse towards a child. It's just mind-blowing. Anyway, I learned that there are a lot of laws that are not very fair in our mental health community, or maybe it's just our policy at our hospital. But I mean, it's mental health. It's not a punishment, it's a condition. And I'm passionate about that. It takes a lot for somebody to say, hey, I need help, and then we punish you in a way that, like, if you want to leave and the provider and the judge say, nope, you're not deemed to be safe out there, you're stuck on a court order. And there's a lot of them that should be, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of them that out of, a trigger in a life event had a downfall, and now you're stuck in a facility for a minimum of 7 to 10 days. It's just mind blowing. Anyway, that's what I learned. I had a great semester. Thank you for all of your help.